All right, so now we're going to chat about should you retake the LSAT? And in short, the answer is absolutely yes. Because typically students do better the second time that they take the LSAT, even if they do no studying in between. Now the reason is because you already have a score under your belt, you already have gone through the motions, you know what to expect, you get those anxiety, those nerves all out, and now it's just smooth sailing for the second attempt. But I am going to ask you guys a couple questions to help you decide if you think it's a right fit for you to take the test again.
When you're deciding if you want to take the LSAT again, you want to ask yourself these 10 questions. First is, how did your actual test go compared to the practice test? If, let's say, you were getting a 170 plus on practice test and then on test day you got a 162, that tells you that there's still some room for improvement and still points on the table. The next is, how did you feel on test day? Did you maybe get enough sleep the night before? Were you tired, sick, groggy? Those could factor in. Next, could you be more diligent in your preparation? Maybe if you know in your heart that you didn't prepare adequately for this first go around, maybe you want to try again. When are your applications due? If your applications are due in a week or two, you might not actually even have time to take it again. Next is, how many times have you already taken the LSAT? There is a maximum amount of time that you can take the LSAT, so see if you hit that max amount. How does your score compare to the average of the law school you want to attend? You could just go on Google, type in the school that you want to go to, see what their average LSAT score is, and see if you hit that average. You want to make sure that you've hit it or surpassed. Can you strengthen your candidacy in other ways? Maybe can you take the GRE? Can you increase your GPA or get maybe an internship? Are there other ways to make your candidacy even better? Next is, can you afford to take the exam again? It actually is a pretty expensive exam, so if you can't afford it, it might make the option and make the decision for you. The next is, does your university average your LSAT score? Now, if let's say they take the average, this is rare, but sometimes they do average all of your scores and make you submit all of them. So if you got a 170 and then you take it again and you got a maybe 65, they're going to take those in average. So is it worth it to possibly get lower? And the next is, do you have time to study? You don't just want to keep taking the exam without studying in between. Even though a lot of times people do better on that second attempt even without studying, you want to make sure to give you your best chances and make sure to have time to study in between.